Hello guys, what's going on? This is Teacher Leo. I hope that you're doing well at your home. Today we want to start with the unit 5 of your book. So if you have your book, you can check it on page number 52. Um, Today we want to start with a grammar about present continuous. Don't worry if you don't remember the present continuous. Um, I'm going to explain this now. Okay, how you can see in this picture, it says that we use the present continuous for actions in progress now or for future plans. What does mean? Do you remember that the last unit um, um, we were learning about simple present, right? So do you remember that the simple present is for activities that you do but it is for an indefinite time, right? Always in present. But for present continuous is for actions or for activities that you are doing in the moment. For example, what I'm doing now, I can tell you that I'm talking to you, or I'm teaching you the class, right? So for example, we have here action in progress that says, what are you doing right now? So the answer is, I am downloading a song. Or another example can be, um, um, what are you doing now? Um, your answer could be, I am paying attention, or I am paying attention to my teacher, right? Or to a class or something like that. Now, for future plans, it says, what are you doing tomorrow? Um, the answer is, I'm buying a new camera. Or, where are you going tomorrow? It could be, uh, I am going to the school, for example, or something like that, right? So remember that for this, we use the verb plus ing, right? So now I'm going to explain you the structure for the present continuous, right? Alright guys, so now we're gonna start with the structure to use present continuous. So in this case we have affirmative, negative, and questions, right? So for affirmative, the structure is subject plus the verb to be plus the verb with ing, right? So for example here, okay, so first, um, you just need to remember that we use for I, we use is for he, she, and it, and we use are for you, we, and they, right? So please don't forget it. So now, um, the subject, it could be I, he, or we. The verb to be for I, is for he, and are for we, right? And the verb with ing. In this case, we're gonna use the verb talk. In this case, it is talking, right? So, for example, it could be I am talking, he's talking, or we are talking, right? It is for affirmative. Now, for negative, we use always the subject, the verb to be plus not plus the verb with ing, right? So, for example, I am not talking. She isn't or she's not talking. You are not talking or you aren't talking, right? Wherever it's okay, it doesn't matter. So, what else about it? Let me see. Oh, yes. When we are using present continuous in a statement, don't forget that always we need to use verb to be, right? Please don't forget it. Now, for questions, the structure is the next. We use the verb to be the first. Later, we use the subject, and then we use the verb with ing. For example, am I talking? Are they talking? Is he talking? Right? This is for questions using verb be. Now, if we um, if we want to use or we want to do an information question, for example, using what, where, when, or something like that, we use the double question. In this case, it could be what plus the verb to be plus the subject plus the verb with ing. For example, uh, what are you what are you doing now? Or what I'm talking? Or what is she talking? Right? Or something like that. Please don't forget it. In this moment, I'm going to show you some examples in order that you can understand in the best way how you can use it, right? Right, guys. So in order that you can understand um, the present continuous and how you can use it in the best way, we have here some examples, right? So we have here affirmative, negative, and question. So for affirmative, we have I am going. For example, I am going to school. I am going to the theater, or something like that. You are going. He, she, and it is going. We are going. You are going, or they are going. All right. So you can see we use the subject, the verb to be, and the verb with ing, right? So for negative, we have here I am not going, you aren't going, he, she, it isn't going, we aren't going, you aren't going, or they aren't going, right? This is for negative. Also, we have here for questions. Am I going? Are you going? Is he, she, it, or it going? Are we going? Or are you going, or are they going, or something like that? And so another example, it could be I am eating pizza. The question, it could be um, for example, imagine that you are eating pizza now, and I want to know what are you eating. I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to ask you, uh, what are you eating, right? So now we have to understand some rules to use the ing with the verbs, right? So now I'm going to show you the rules. All right. So for the rules, we have 5 rules. One of them is the next. When we have the silent e, what does mean? When the verb ends with a silent e, we drop the e and we add the ing. For example, make. When we are talking about present continuous, it becomes making. For example, take, it becomes to taking, right? It is when the verb has a silent e, right? So now for one syllable verbs. This is for short verbs that have one syllable, um, that end with a consonant, vowel consonant. We must double the last consonant and add ing. For example, swimming. So if you can see, swimming has a consonant, um, consonant, vowel, consonant, right? So now it becomes swimming, but how the rule says, uh, that if the verb end with consonant, vowel, consonant, we need to double the last consonant and add ing. That's the reason that now swimming, uh, we write swimming with double M, right? For example, run becomes to running, and you can see again that it is consonant, vowel, consonant, right? That's the reason that now we write running with a double N, right? So, um, this is the first two rules. Alright, guys, now to end the class, we have the last three rules. So, and the next one is when we have a W, X, and Y, right? The rule says that for words or for verbs that end with W, X, and Y, do not double the last consonant. You just need to add ing. For example, enjoy. It becomes to enjoying. Study. It becomes to studying, right? So please don't forget it. If the verb ends with W, X, or Y, we we just need to add ing. Another example, it can be fix. Now we can say fixing, right? So the other rule is when we have two syllable words, it says when words have two or more syllables ending in CVC, in this case, remember that CVC is consonant, vowel, consonant, you must double the last consonant if the last syllable is stressed. When the last syllable is not stressed, you use ing. For example, when the last syllable is stressed, we have commit, right? If you separate the word in two syllables, we have come, meet. So the syllable that is stressed is the second, right? So that's the reason that we write the, the word with a double T when we are talking about present continuous. So commit becomes to committing, right? So when the last syllable is not stressed, we just need to add ing, right? What does mean? For example, we have here, if we separate whisper, the first syllable is the syllable that is stressed, right? If you can listen, whisper, right? It is not whisper, no, it is whisper. So we just need to add the ing because the first syllable is stressed and not the last one, right? So whisper becomes to whispering, right? So, and the last rule, um, it can be when we have um, I and E. For example, that it is for verbs that end in IE, change the IE to Y before ending, um, for example, before ending in ing. For example, we have here die, it becomes to dying, right? So thank you for your attention, guys. This is all for today. Remember that if you have any question, you please don't be hesitate to write us to our emails, and we are more than glad to assisting you uh, with your questions or your doubts, right? So thank you guys, and see you next time. Bye.